Can you imagine if the government, or anyone for that matter, was allowed to exploit you for your labor just because you were in prison? Well, for some people, they don't have to imagine because they're living it as we speak. The prison industrial complex is a vast, connected system of laws which, to put it simply, allows for modern day slavery. This is dated back to as far as the war on drugs in the 60s and 70s. The war on drugs was a campaign run by Richard Nixon in hopes to crack down on drug use in America. What actually ended up happening was mass incarceration that disproportionately impacted black and brown communities. This is a federal problem, and it was literally under our noses this whole time. The 13th Amendment, which was the amendment meant to abolish slavery, reads, "Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as the punishment of a crime, whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the U.S. or any place subject to their jurisdiction." To put it simply, slavery was outlawed, but not completely. The main perpetrator of the prison industrial complex is private prisons being bought out by companies and being allowed to make their prisoners work for less than minimum wage. Isn't it hard to believe that this is legal, let alone at a federal level? Well, it's all connected. The government is not innocent in its role in the prison industrial complex. In fact, it might be just as guilty as private prisons, if not more. As mentioned earlier, the war on drugs had a huge role in raising the prison populations, as more people got caught and sentenced because of the stricter sentencing criteria and over-policing of low-income communities that were more prone to drugs as an alternative. This surplus of prisoners put a strain on public prisons and increased the demand for private-owned prisons. If these laws fit into any of the 8 reasons, it would sadly just be to represent the will of the majority, as private prisons lobby the government to keep these laws in effect. The prison industrial complex has ruined the lives of countless fellow Americans. For example, convicted felons, even non-violent, cannot qualify for financial aid and the right to vote is taken from them. Not to mention the permanent criminal record that will appear when searching for jobs or even colleges. Furthermore, this mass incarceration disproportionately impacts black and brown communities, as black and brown men are shown to have up to 25 times more drug charges than white men in some states, despite drug usage being shown to impact all races roughly the same, with the most dominant actually being white men. The prison industrial complex is an evil system. It is insane how we have let this happen for so long while being none the wiser. The government, private prisons, as well as we are to blame for not advocating and voting against this system. If we were to put an end to the prison industrial complex, society would actually have less crime, as fewer people would be wrongfully convicted thanks to the laws it has created. Thank you for your time.